Hello and welcome to my review of Astral Chain. Astral Chain is a brand new action game from Platinum Games and published by Nintendo. Astral Chain was directed by Takahisa Taura, who was previous game lead for Nier Automata, under supervision by Hideki Kamiya, and character design from manga artist Masakazu Katsura. Please note this is a spoiler-free review, and we're going to get right into it. Presentation is good. The art style and character designs are great. The world's cohesive and looks like a place that could really exist, even with super manga-esque design. The game takes place in the Ark, on an artificial island, and sort of get this police state vibe to it. You have gangs, and then there's the players with the iris units that can identify citizens with a glance. You get the name, their age, and blood type, because it's a Japanese game. Get used to it. The main enemy of the game is Chimera, some sort of interdimensional life form that pulls people into the astral plane. The good cops need to save people from the invisible bad guys with your own Chimera called Legions. But they're blue, because blue is not bad. There is character customization, and I embrace the role of the main character, picking the female character, going with pink hair and glasses, and the most stoic of look. The graphics are fine. I like the art style, models are good, but something about the combo of the dynamic res and the lack of AA makes the game look rough in more open areas. Chapter 6 comes to mind. But I want to be clear, this doesn't detract from what the game has going for it in other categories. Just this section's a low point for me. But I'm sure this won't bother everyone as much as me, but I'm a PC player first, and this game has a lot going for it elsewhere. Gameplay is good. Gameplay is separated into investigation and combat sequences. The game is more investigation than blood-pumping action. There's also some light environmental puzzles and a lot of side cases. Side quests range from all sorts of tasks, from like collecting cans, to helping children find their mothers, fighting off Chimera, closing Chimera gates, all sorts of fun. And then we get into combat. Combat is interesting. This is where I think a lot of people will have issues with this game if they're used to more Platinum style games. But I also had a lot of problems. And I don't blame this on the game, more just I'm not used to trying to control a character with the right stick. I got used to it after a while. It was definitely a learning curve. Now, the player character doesn't have as much offensive potential as your Legion. Your Legion has like all the offensive potential. And you control them with the chain and the left stick, and you can kind of just send them out, and they all have a special sort of ability that you can use to solve puzzles outside of combat. There's also collectibles, sort of. There's a hidden cat on every level. You should rescue them. Something good happens if you find them all. And there's a toilet. You have to save the toilet, or the toilet will be cursed forever. I didn't quite understand this, but it was kind of fun to find them. The last thing in gameplay I'd like to talk about is Unchained mode. This is the co-op mode that they said was going to happen and was going to exist in the game. To be honest, I think it's a little basic, and part of the reason is it's Joy-Con only. So not allowed to use any of that Pro Controller or even just 3 Joy-Cons. You only get to use 2 Joy-Cons. One player controls the police officer, and the second player controls the Legion, with a couple caveats that they also have full camera control, which is annoying enough in a third-person game. They also have lock-on. So it's not bad, but it's not good. I personally cannot recommend buying this game for the co-op mode alone. Story is fine to good. Let me elaborate on that. The game starts out with a pretty mediocre narrative and builds up over time and gets to a much better version of the plot way later, which I'm not going to go into here. I'm just going to give you the basics, but notice that the plot does get better, minus one thing in my opinion. You're the newest member of Neuron. You play as either the lady twin or the boy twin, and you were tasked with fighting off the Chimeric invasion. The Chimeric invasion are invisible to the naked eye. Regular humans cannot see them. You need the assistance of a Legion to see them. The only thing humans can see are redshifted humans, which have been contaminated by the astral invasion. It seems wherever there's an open gate or there's been a chimeric attack, there's this red crystallic stuff all over the place that your Legion can clean up. Here I come to my biggest complaint with its story. The silent protagonist. I know this is a trope of games, self-insert, whatever. Here it feels bad. You're definitely playing a set character, even if you get to customize looks, and I understand that. The police force Neuron is pretty vast, and the characters you get to see in the task force that are notable are characters like Jin, Alicia, Max, Olive, Marie, Brenda. All of these are really cool characters, and you get to meet them when you play the game. The two that stand out the most, well, three that stand out the most from the regular cast would be Brenda, Marie, and Olive. Olive has this marvelous pink hair. I don't want anyone to at me because I played my character with pink hair, embracing the main character role. You gotta embrace being the protagonist sometimes. It's fun that way. Actually surprises me how well this game actually uses its characters. Well, it kind of has to. The side characters have to be better than the main character because the main character is a shell, and that's unfortunate. In my opinion, it's just unfortunate. We're getting to the wrap-up section here. I got a couple more things to talk about. The first of which is the music. I'm going to put a few clips here. I think it's excellent. It does a really good job with the pacing. I like the like low version of a song and like the high adrenaline version of a song. Really cool stuff. Just going to leave some samples here and I'll come back in a bit. So overall, I rate this game good. It has a strong theme, and is different enough from other games of 2019. And so far, it's cool to see something that's all fresh and all new. It's a little flawed in the visual department, but a solid addition to anyone's Switch collection. And with that, we've come to the end of this review of a popular game. I have another review in the works for a not so popular game that isn't on Switch, but is a little more spooky, to go in line with where we're headed in the season. If you liked this review, you know where the buttons are. If you'd like to comment so I can improve for the next few videos or however we're going, we can do that too. But the fact that you got this far and actually watched the whole way through means you liked something, and I appreciate any views I can get. I'd like to thank you all, and sayonara.